So we are going to another session right here. So there's you know there's some pictures about the child soldiers, which is illegal under the Geneva Conventions. And there's some humanitarian work. I don't know where it's here, but it looks like Syria, but I'm not sure. Yes, and there are some children that the international Red Cross has held before. The medical service. Some kind of first aid, and this reminds me, when I was learning first aid, before when I'm still a university student, I'm doing this in Red Cross as well. So this kind is, I think, is some kind of teenage excursion, and some real some kind of stimulation experience for being a POW, which is called Warsaw 90s. The activities is titled in this name. Yes, some kind of reunion photos. Yeah. Some kind of, I think, landmine detection or something like that. Other completing works as well. So this is an interactive one. Yeah, and I'm going to press my hand here, and you can see the this sort of blood donation, I think. One is about having helping in the disaster. And this one is about sharing times to make a difference. So here we go, another block. Well, there is some kind of opinion from somebody's I think volunteer or the visitor right here as well. So we put on 3, 2, 5. Let's see whether they have got video.
We see the humanitarian landscape changing. We're experiencing in real time the huge challenges of humanitarian access. And I think sometimes we have not been ambitious enough of the potential of working together.
The needs are not diminishing, and therefore I really believe that it's partnerships for meeting needs. That's why it's so important.
We need to find the right people, the right competencies, to be able to do that fast, but also with a lot of consistency. And that's what makes the Red Crescent so powerful, and what makes also partnership so strong.
The moment Red Cross is not there, the question is, where is the Red Cross? Why are we not there?
رسالة الصليب الأحمر يعني هتكون متطوعة في الصليب الأحمر هي رسالة إنسانية، وحيلا شغلة تعملها أنت ما بتنطر مقابلها شيء يطلع لك لو كان مادي، بس القصص المعنوية هي بتقدر تغطي على الموضوع. بحيلا نظام مسلح، بحيلا مشاكل موجودة، الصليب الأحمر اللبناني موجود، الصليب موجود كموارد بشرية، الصليب الأحمر الدولي موجود كموارد أكبر بكثير ليكملوا بعضهم ويوصل الهدف الأساسي اللي هو خدمة الإنسان. بالأول كنا نساعد السوريين كانوا يحكوا كثير، يعني كانت الناس ترجع تقول ليش الصليب الأحمر عم يساعد السوريين؟ بعد ما اكتشفوا إنه نحن بنساعد السوريين واللبنانية مثل بعضهم واثنين أكثر من بعضهم، تغيرت هاي النظرة كلها سوا.
The Lebanese Red Cross, like every national society in the world, wants to be accepted today by all communities. So tomorrow, when there is a need to respond, everybody knows who you are. So when they get out into the field, they are ready to provide neutral, independent services. And for that, the emblem has not been put into question because it's the service that's there.
Un volontaire à la Croix-Rouge, on essaie de lui donner la fierté de ne pas appartenir à un parti politique.
I better keep moving on. So now here we go. Although it's a simple plot, it actually describe what kind of victims is most likely during the war. The first is detainees. No matter it is refugees or military personnel. Of course, I'm talking about POW and as well as some kind of non-military refugees over here. And during the war, the healthcare workers are also in a very vulnerable positions because they, at any moment there will be unexpected event. Looks like a rocket is flying towards them, and there's very endangered them. And somehow I have to say that I'm very admired for their courage and bravery for doing the humanitarian work. Child soldiers, another one, and once again, under the Geneva Convention, child soldiers is not allowed, in my understanding. And the landmine, which get many feels disabled or even killed in many places, including Cambodia. Missing person, family are separated and people are missing and doesn't know where they've gone. And because from my understanding, they would have an office for finding their loved one, to helping the people to find their loved one after the war. The sex violence in conflict, that's excessively common during the war. During wars, ladies are very vulnerable. And the most common, most of all the refugees. There's, if you look at Syria, there's a bunch of people escaping from Syria across the oceans to the Europe. You may see it in the international news. In the conclusions of this video, I would like to make some. I would like to share with you some objective opinion as conclusions. Before I go on, I just want you to realize that it's just my personal objective opinion, which is as a former volunteer of Red Cross and now it's the supporters of Red Cross right now, and it's not representing Red Cross. It's just my own personal objective opinion. Again, it's my own personal objective opinion. And the first things what I feel is that the wars involves a lot of innocent people, which will turn into victims. during the war, it caused a loss of the death and injury, and many of the injury or the disability caused will be for the entire life and needs to be taken care by other people for their whole life, and that's why I call the word innocent. Well, and after the war, many of the people may have some post-mental trauma illness. They have got sometimes those survivors may have some mental problems or psychological problems, psychiatrical problems, looks like anxiety and depressions and paranoia, schizophrenic, whatever you may think of. This is what happens to the innocent victims after the war. And another things that I wish I said is in the war, life is devalued. Once again, during the war, the life is devalued. I have heard from many sources, including some others, charity groups, that the black market human trafficking is quite common during the wartime, and of course in the washroom or even outside the washroom. And some young girls and young ladies may sell off their body for life basics, looks like food, water, medicine, whatever it is. And this is, you can say that it is, we have to say that it is very inhumane. And getting the basic needs during the wartime will be our daily struggle. It's our daily struggle method. Food, water, medicines will not be abundant. They have to. The innocent victims will have to struggle to this kind of basically food, water, medicines at every single day, and the supply of this basically will be cut off at any times because of many matters. Looks like the movement of the washroom and the armed conflict and things like that. Furthermore, I would like to say that people may see that people may watch the movie and observe that the soldiers actually are heroes. The armed people, the armed forces are heroes, but in reality, they when they are becoming POWs, this is another story. They will suffer a lot. You can imagine how they are treated during the inside the POW camp. Separate from the family. Sometimes your food and water is struggle again, things like that. And even your tortures of the tortures of the POWs. What I mean, prisoner of war, POWs, and moreover, war crimes and other humanitarian crimes may happen in the past and still happen right now during the war, during wars. There's international stories saying that the washroom hospital has been bombed up or being fired by the missiles by the fighters. In the 1990s, there's when you watch the international news, there's Bosnia, there's got African groups genocide, and during the World War II, there is Auschwitz in Poland, which people is put the innocent people is put into the gas chamber in the concentration camps in Auschwitz. All kinds of war crimes you cannot imagine. You cannot. This is people suffers a lot, especially the innocent people, and this war crime will be likely to happen when
non-military trained people is involved. Looks like the guerrilla and in the armed conflict, because they have no knowledge about the Geneva Conventions, and they have certainly no formal education about international humanitarian laws, and what kind will be happen with those non-military trained people is involved. Well, at last, before I end this video, I would like to formulate advice that don't wish for war. I repeat, do not wish for wars, because if wars happen, you and I and everybody on this planet will suffer. No joke, man. So no war. Don't wish for war. Okay. At last, I would like to say this is my own personal objective opinion, and if there is any in the video, if there is any misconceptions or mistake, or anything doesn't looks right, please tell me and I will make the corrections. Once again, if there's any misconception or mistake, please tell me in the comments sections below, and I will try to make them correct it for accuracy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day, and peace with you. Okay.